Guys, what's going on? It's Brad with TechBud Solutions. Just want to come at you tonight, talk to you a little bit about what was going on today. Wanted to bring a little bit of a different strategy, or not really strategy, but just a different way to find stocks that maybe you can't seem to find, or if there's a certain way you go about finding stocks, kind of like how I've been showing you here up to this point. I wanted to show you a little bit different way to look at them. And, it may sound a little unorthodox, but sometimes it works. And in this special case, it did, because sometimes you can ride the hype and sometimes you can ride the momentum. And it worked out for a lot of folks today. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Russ, who told us that he made $2,100 on a specific trade that I'm going to talk to you about today, on the stock that we talked about today. He only made one trade, but $2,100 is what he made in one day. And he didn't trade. He didn't use much money to trade with it. So just to put it out there for you guys, that you don't need a whole ton of money to start this. I just wanted to give Russ a special shout out, because he's been an important part of the group. And another one is Tara as well. Tara shared with the group that she made a bunch of money. She shared out there on our chat group feed, that because of us, because of our chat group, our OTC group, she was able to be extremely successful today as well. And so those two people in particular, wanted to shout out to them and just tell them thank you for being part of the group, and we really appreciate you being here. All right, so let's get into it. Give me 1 second here. RMRK is the ticker, and we'll get into that here real quick. Let's see here. So I want to let you know that sometimes when I'm looking through a particular stock, I also rely on Twitter. And the reason I do that, and I can give you a good example of this, is this guy here. His name is, if you can see this ticker symbol up here, I'll get rid of this real quick because I wanted to show this picture to you. But his name is G. Roldan. He's pretty reliable, does excellent DD work, due diligence, and awesome homework. And the only reason I even knew this guy was because of my mentor and friend, and his handle on iHub and Twitter as well is I Like BB Stock. You can follow him. I know that I've talked about him quite frequently in my chat group, but he has been a really dear friend of mine who's kind of helped me, introduced me to OTCs, has really helped me to understand them a whole lot better. And I can't thank him enough for him helping me out. And basically, the reason I'm here is so that I can kind of give back to all of you. But anyway, we bounce ideas off of each other, and he also knew this guy who did his due diligence on this particular stock. Now, he was this guy G. Roldan was shouting this out yesterday, and yesterday it went up 500%. And it was one of those things where I wasn't so sure about it. And if you know anything about the way that we work at TechBuds, is that if you're unsure or not confident in something, don't get into it. Be confident, know what you're getting into, know what you're buying. And so this was one of those things where, it had to do with cryptocurrency. This company, RMRK Gold, was bought out by a cryptocurrency company. And I'm not familiar with cryptocurrency, so if it's something that I'm not familiar with, I stay away from it. Same thing goes for Bitcoin. It's just one of those things I just don't get into because it's not something that I know. Maybe I should, but I don't know. I work with what I know. But in this case, I literally shouted it out this morning based off of the momentum that I was seeing. And this is one of the big things that spoke to me on it, was that yesterday, you look at this down here, and 800 million buys to 200 million sells. And you look at this level 2 here, not level 2, but anyway, you look at the buys and sells here, and it's true. It just was something that I was like, you know what, this thing is just not done running. Did some more due diligence on it. saw that, the acquisition was accurate and everything that G. Roldan was saying was true. Basically went behind him just to verify everything that he was finding was in fact a fact, which is exactly what you should do no matter what I say or anybody else says. Go back and do your own work. And so that's why I shouted it out this morning. And so what this did was it enabled us to capitalize on that. A lot of guys got in here. Like I said, Russ, made $2,100 on the day. Some folks are still in this. Just be careful, just because of the way that it has gone up. I mean, between today and yesterday, it's gone up over 700%. And so, when you see such a huge hype run like that, it tends to kind of fall back as fast as it went up. So just be careful with stuff like this when you're buying on a momentum. And, this kind of goes into a little bit of what Connor does as far as buying momentum stocks. That can be done down here in OTCs too. That's one of the things I like about OTCs as well, is that you can use just about any strategy and still be able to make money down here, and it works down here just like it works anywhere else. And a lot of people ask me that, is there more than one strategy you can use for trading OTCs? And the answer is yes. And this is a prime example of that. I've been going over my own strategy here in the past month or so, how I find certain things. And Twitter can be very dangerous. However, if you find people that that you can rely on, it can be a very useful tool. And it can't be more true than with this particular stock here today. And if you go and follow I Like BB Stock on his Twitter account, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Yeah, and I can show you his too here real quick. Again, he's been doing this for years and years and years. I'll go ahead and show that to you. A lot of the stocks that I shout out are pretty similar to his, but here he is. He's really, just one of the best. And I can't thank him enough again for helping me and giving me the ability to help you guys as well. So there you have it. One other thing that I wanted here, let me bring you all back to my beautiful face here. One thing that I also wanted to address with you guys today, and this was one thing that Russ asked me personally. He DM'd me and was like, "Listen, I've gained all this money. I'm up almost 300% at one point." And he's like, "I'm thinking about staying in." And I asked him why, and he's like, "I don't know. I'm just afraid that I'm going to miss out on, what I could be gaining, and then I might regret it. It might make me sick." And so I understood where he was coming from, because I think we've all been there. We have this thing called greed, and it's very easy to get wrapped up into that. And so what I want you to kind of take away from this is, like, when you see stocks that are running up like 300% and 200% or whatever, whatever small win that you have, take away this. I want you to be more afraid of what you can lose as compared to what you're missing out on. Because Russ made $2,100 today. In one day, he made $2,100. So could he have made more had he stayed in there? Absolutely. And, maybe it's not the greatest advice, but I feel like it is. The only reason I say that is because Russ started out with $2,100 less, dollars today. And he ended today with $2,100 more than he would have had he not made that play at all. And so that's one of those things that you have to reason with yourself is, take your profits when you can and ask yourself, is this something, that I am going to be happy with at the end of the day if I choose to sell it? And is it worth risking the loss that I might incur should I stay into this, because you never know. We can always make educated predictions on the stock market, and we always try to teach you how to do that. We don't ever tell you what to do or when to buy, when to sell, or what to buy or to sell. But we at TuckBuds like to teach you how to make these educated predictions or educated guesses, because at the end of the day, that's what they are. Nobody can accurately predict the market 100% of the time, but we set you up with the tools to help you with that. And I feel like that's what Russ did today. He asked himself, as goes for Tara as well. She's very happy with her. I think she was like $1,500 she also made today, which is pretty awesome. She's been one of my best students so far when it comes to that. And I've got a lot of cheerleaders in our chat group, which I love. I just can't get enough of it. Just don't be afraid to take what's been given to you. I understand that it could go up even more, and maybe you could have made more money on it, but you can use the money that you made today and put it into something else that or are very confident that will go up, later on as well. Either way, you're going to make money somewhere down the road. Stocks like this come and go all the time. So I don't want you to be like, oh, well, what if this is the one? There's always going to be one. There's always going to be one to make money on. And that's the name of the game here. Take your profits when you can, and move on. So that is my final thought, as Jerry Springer would say. And please comment and like and subscribe to this. If you guys made some money today, do me a solid. This is free. Give me a subscribe. And also, if you're not familiar with TuckBud Solutions, we do more than OTCs here. Ricky is the leader of TuckBud Solutions. He runs the more technical side of trading. Usually only trades small cap stocks that have 5 to 10% potential. Very technical on how he makes his trades. So if that seems to be more your speed, you can go on over to his channel. I'll provide a link for that, as well as Connor. Connor has the momentum trading channel. Basically, he just trades off of momentum, kind of like what we did here today. Similar, not quite as the same, but it's similar. He's very good at what he does as well. And finally, we also have Kyle Vallans, who teaches people how to buy and sell things, namely like MacBooks and stuff like that. He makes like $5,000 to $8,000 a month doing that. So you want to check into that too. I'll put all the links to those channels in my description. They're also featured on my channel as well if you want to check those out. And that's all I got for you guys today, I think. If you have any questions, let me know. I will see you in the chat groups, and B Smith is out.